right. And this is pretty cool that he put this here for this demo, because you can just sit in it. Oh, there he is. I believe that's his new ship that he's working on. Cool. That thing looks badass too. Dang. That's badass too. This is super cool also. It's got how many engines on the side of here? Here's my ship. All right. Whoa, Jesus. This thing right here is a beast. Oh my god. Super badass. I'm buying my new ship, kidding.
I was actually just coming back on to let you know I was here. I been on. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
We're cool on the ship. I guess everybody went to bed.
Yeah, everybody went to bed, but us, the typical.
Well, actually, too, and I don't know if I was kind of imagining it, but they kind of came around though. Not so much Urschlag, but Saris, when you basically went and said, "Well, hey, if you want to buy it from me," he's kind of like at first, I think, a little put back by it. Because then, of course, he started looking at market price and stuff like that, and came up with the 48, which was cool. I mean, realistically, I don't think you were asking anything unreasonable. Because I think you actually originally came up with even a cheaper price, didn't you?
Yeah, I gave him a cheaper price. I gave him 300,000 off.
Yeah, but I mean, even originally though, he was he came up with like I don't know, it was 48 a liter, and you had said 47. I thought before that, or 46.
Mm-hmm.
So, but where are they getting all their money if they're not selling anything?
How do I pay this guy? I didn't open up. Let me invite
Huh?
him to the channel. I don't know. I can't invite him to the channel. Duh. Fuck.
We can come up to your channel if you want.
Yeah, I just need to call him real quick. Uh, uh, uh. Hey, what's up?
Oh, good. What's up?
Nothing ready. You wanna trade or do the thing again? I think I missed it.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, and then I just how do I put in the money here?
How long have you been playing?
Maybe like 3 or 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, let me. How do I get? Oh, it's up here. Duh. That the right amount of zeros? Check that. 1, 2,
Yeah,
3. 1,
it
2,
is.
3. Okay.
Yeah, the game used to hide the last zero with a quanta symbol.
Okay. Yeah.
And now you can check here. It's good.
Awesome. And so then I just claim this
Yep.
item.
I'll
Oops.
give you a little bit of a tour before I let you go.
Okay, yeah.
The fuel tanks are full. So
Thanks for that.
no problem. So, most important thing, there is a. Can you open the hatch that is right on top here?
Oh, yep. Cool.
This is a kind of a crude room, but it's handy to repair all the elements from inside.
Okay.
The reason because the resurrection node I put back here
Mm-hmm.
is just because if you happen to crash, it's more difficult to break stuff that is in the back of the ship rather than in the front. But if you want to move it, there is a spot right here where it can fit pretty well. The container hub, instead, you should leave it there.
Yeah.
It's part of the center of mass of the ship. I don't know if you already knew, but the content weight of the containers is calculated to be where the container hub is.
Okay.
So it's like that when you carry a lot of weight, all the stuff that is inside the containers will be right here. And this is the good spot for it to be. So
Awesome.
the ship is still quite maneuverable, even if you are quite loaded.
All right.
And other than this, there is some kind of tricky to find ailerons if you happen to crash for the repairs, because I guess you already noticed the amount of ailerons, the excess ailerons that there are in the back, and some are a little bit tricky to find. And the thing to remember is the ones that are hidden inside the voxels on top of the engines, and there are a couple that are behind other ailerons that are a little bit tricky to notice. So if you get like that, you still have one broken element, it's probably the light or those.
Okay.
And then there, I guess you already found the hatch that lets you get out from the roof.
Yes. Yeah, I opened that up too. Yeah.
Yeah, I always put one. I like the option to get out from the top.
Yeah. No,
And
that's
that
really cool.
also, there is already installed the what do we call it? Button HUD, the crypt for the overseat. So I don't know if you ever used one.
I have not. No. Does it have the script that is on like the other ships that people are using, or?
Yeah, it's fairly common, I would say. It's
Okay.
I use it only for a couple of things really. That is the brake toggle. So when you brake, instead of having to keep the button pressed.
Yeah.
You just click once, and from then on, you're braking. And if you want to stop braking, you have to click again.
Yep.
And the landing button. So if you press G, you go and land.
Perfect.
And when you go and sit on the chair, the ship will be still on the ground, and you can press G to get instantly to the maximum height of the overs without getting to alt spacing for 30 seconds.
Okay.
And when you want to land, you press G, your height goes to 0, the landing gears goes out, and you land. And there is a little bit of a different interface. It's not that complicated to get used to, but I like it better than the original one. You have the artificial horizon.
Yeah.
When you start, it's set like that you can pilot the ship with your mouse instead of the keyboard. You
Okay.
can cycle between mouse piloting and keyboard piloting using Alt. You press it once and you go from one version to the other. And also be careful because you also use Alt for other stuff, like switching to cruise control. And
Okay.
so if you switch to cruise control, you will also switch the driving mechanism from keyboard to mouse or vice versa.
So
And
if I change the Lewis scripts to just keyboard only, does it still work that way also?
I think you can do. I just yeah, I think it works that way.
Okay.
I told you the way it's set up right now. And the last thing is the engines are not blocked, but they are as close to blocked that you can get. So if you go into build mode, you will see that some random engine will go red, and if you wait a couple of seconds, maybe more than a couple, but not much, they will go back to not being blocked.
Okay.
And this is reflected sometimes, not often, but sometimes happens that you turn on the ship and start flying straight away, and when you do, one of the engines at random will not turn on or will turn on just partially. You can fix that immediately by just getting out of the seat and going back in. Or
Okay.
if you start flying and you're not loaded, it's not going to be a problem, and the engine will turn on by itself in just a matter of seconds.
Okay. No, I mean this thing looks amazing. You did an awesome job with this.
Thank you, dude. Appreciate it.
No problem. I mean, I have no problem giving you the money for something like this. That
I worked on it for a long time. I can tell you that.
well, I hope you sell a lot more of them.
I did not sell that many, but yeah, I sold some. It's I don't wanna how do you say it? Sell out just to make sales.
Right.
You know, the value I give the ship is proportionate to the work I've put into it, and if someone wants it, I'm happy to sell it. If the price is too high, it's too bad. I'm losing clients, but that's okay.
No,
The parts alone are close to 6 millions, like 5.6 million, something like that. So the extra cost for my work in building it is 10 millions,
yeah, no.
more or less.
That's pretty good, dude. You deserve it.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I think I told you everything you should know about it.
Yeah, what skills do you recommend that I get up for piloting? I have some piloting skills up, like the vertical boosters, space piloting, hover, and atmospheric, and um,
Generally, what I recommend about the skills is try to get to level 3 across the board on most things, and go to level 4 and 5 just for things that you really want, and to unlock there are some things that you need a level 4 or a level 5 of something that you don't care about, just to unlock the possibility to get another skill. But since the time grows in a way that you get for level 5 you get 20% of the bonus for 80% of the time spent, the best way is to go for a lot of low levels around on all kinds of stuff. But I won't take more than level 3 on things that you don't really care about.
okay.
You can make a pretty accurate estimate of what the ship can do for you based on your skills if you just go into build mode and look at the stats on the build helper. You are mainly interested in the uh, atmospheric engineer and space engineer, and you will see thrust and lift with I look at it in G's, not in meganewtons. If you look at it in G's, what you can read from it is, if I get, say, 5 G's of thrust and 5 G's of lift, it more or less means I can carry 4 times the weight of the ship and still be able to fly. If you get more than 1 G of thrust, you can fly almost vertically, and if you get more than 1 G of lift, you can fly. And so the ship weighs about 400 tons with the fuel tanks full, I think. You can check that in the first
Yeah,
section of the build helper.
yeah. It's
And
428
so
tons. Yeah.
that's with the full fuel tanks. And the how much uh, how much lift and atmospheric thrust do you get?
Which tab is that on?
Atmospheric engineer. I think it's the third or second one. Let me check from this one. Yeah, the third and fourth are spaceflight engineer and atmospheric flight. And what you want to look is the max thrust and the high altitude lift. And from spaceflight engineer, thrust
Okay.
and that's it.
So I have 5.2 Gs on max thrust and 6.11 Gs on high altitude lift.
6.11.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can fly with less than 1 G of thrust, but you can't fly with less than 1 G of lift. I think it's a good line to be able to fly. If you have 1 G of thrust and 1 G of lift, you don't fly very well. It's just the bottom line.
Okay.
So if you have 5.2 Gs of thrust and the ship weighs 420 tons, you know that you can still move the ship at 1 G and 0.20 if you put in 4 times the weight of the ship. Because, yeah, that's the way it works. So it's 420 times 4. You can easily carry more than 1.5 kilotons with your skills.
Okay. That's a huge improvement.
Yeah, easily is a hard word, because when you carry 1.5 kilotons, the ship is gonna feel like a brick. But it's gonna do it. Just be careful.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You should have a lot of brakes, so I think that you can almost land vertically with 1 kiloton or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, landing vertically with that amount of brake is gonna be helpful, but with that kind of brake, you can decelerate pretty fast if you're not loaded. But when you are, you're gonna need space to slow down.
Okay.
Just my best advice is before going into a flight with the ship loaded,
Hmm.
check your atmospheric flight engineer and your space flight engineer to see how your thrust, brake force, high altitude lift, and the sustentation speed are looking. Do you know what sustentation speed is?
I do not. Will you tell me where I can find that information at?
Yeah, it is in atmospheric flight engineer under high altitude lift. You can see there is sustentation speed, and that is basically the speed at which your wings are gonna carry the ship horizontal. If you go slower than that, the ship is gonna start losing altitude.
Okay.
And when you're loaded, that speed is gonna be way higher than it is right now. So you have to take account of that when you're trying to land, because if you slow down too much, the ship is gonna fall out of the sky like a brick.
Okay.
So I guess you have some experience. I don't know which ship you were using.
I got a
And
pretty decent starter ship from some corp mates,
okay.
so I got a little bit of practice of crashing.
Yeah.
But this is great. Um, where do you recommend taking it first with the, maybe the starter warp area?
Mm, I don't know. What I can tell you is if you're never been to Thetis, beware because the ground starts at 17 kilometers altitude or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So the atmosphere starts at something like 25 kilometers.
Oh, okay.
So the risk, if you don't know, the risk to burn in atmosphere is pretty high.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I've
take it easy while approaching the planet Thetis, because that the planet is like it has a huge fissure in the middle, and the ground level starts like at the bottom of the fissure. I don't know if I said that word right.
no, that I think you did. Yeah. So maybe stay away from Thetis and go
No,
to
I wouldn't
Mattis
say
first.
stay away. I'm just warning to be careful of the atmosphere because it starts way sooner than you would expect. Nothing particular to say about Matis.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good advice though.
Yeah, I would say that uh, that's fundamental advice. Luckily, I was told when I went to Thetis the first time, and so nothing bad happened to me. I will definitely crash if I didn't know because I usually try to slow down as late as possible to save on fuel and on flight time.
Okay.
So yeah,
Well,
I
thank
think
you.
that's it. No problem.
I'm looking forward to it. Super excited. So,
Let me know how it goes.
yeah.
I'm looking for feedback.
Uh,
Also, criticism if you have any. I'm happy to take that as well.
yeah. Yeah. I'll give you a review when I get a little bit of time to spend with it. But it looks like you got some pretty good reviews already on the DU creators.
Yeah, I got some, luckily.
Yeah. I'll have to create an account on there so that I can give you back a thumbs up.
Thank you, dude.
But this is the first
Appreciate
ship
it.
that I purchased off of that website. So thanks for making it an awesome experience.
Thank you.
All right.
Good
Well,
luck, dude.
thank you, and keep in touch. We'll keep in touch.
Definitely.
And after I farm up enough monies, maybe that one right there when you finish it and are ready to start selling that one.
I am a very slow builder. I started making the ship like 2 days before the expo. I don't know if you knew about it.
I didn't get to the expo, but
I think you got the game after the expo. No,
I
it was it?
maybe I did. Maybe it might have been like the first weekend that I was
Yeah,
playing.
something like that. I think it was 17th of October. So yeah, it's almost a month.
But
Yeah.
that ship right there is pretty cool looking too. That's obviously a bigger. Is that an M core?
Yeah, that's the pretty much maximum length and close to maximum width M core. And there is a landing pad on top of the ship. It's
Oh,
supposed to be some sort of carrier.
so you can carry another ship or a smaller ship.
Yeah, I just carried here the RockHopper on top of that one.
Oh, I didn't know if
Just
you
to
had it
try
in the. I didn't know you had it on top of the ship. I thought you
Yeah.
just. Oh, that's awesome. I thought you had it in like in your bag or in the ship or whatever, and then you just deployed it.
No, I carried it on top of the ship
Oh, that's awesome.
just to try it out.
Can I go in this one too, just to see it, or
Yeah, you can go in, but the interior is pretty much
not
bare
finished?
bones right now.
Okay.
Oh, I just made a huge mistake. I forgot to turn it on. Second.
Oh, does this come down right here to run up the ramp?
Yeah, I have a detection zone, but it's a large detection zone, so I have a button to disable it when.
Oh wow! And then you got a screen on here too.
Yeah, I started messing around with some script, but it's new for me, so there is nothing like that inside the RockHopper. But you
Uh,
can easily add some yourself. There is the space to do that.
oh yeah,
You
yeah.
just need a programming board and a screen, and you're good to go if you know where to find the scripts.
Wow, this is awesome too. I mean, do you know what price point you're gonna go with this? Maybe 30, 40 million or something?
I don't know. The first step in making the price would be to count the price of all the parts and figure it out from there. It's
Ah,
gonna be a little more than double the price of the parts, probably.
okay. No, this is cool. This is super cool. You got like a little cockpit here with like everybody can sit around you.
Yeah, this is a experimental. I'm experimenting more. These chairs are not even the right chairs.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I didn't know that. I mean, to me, it just looks cool. I'm like, this
Yeah.
ship looks amazing too. So I think you're gonna sell a lot of these also.
I hope so because I don't really enjoy the mining part of the game,
Oh,
but I love the building side of it, and if I can sustain myself with just selling ships, I would be very happy about it.
well, I mean, do I ever get to sell you some more back? Do you put things out on the market to buy, or what market do you post your um, buys for, or whatever?
I don't really use much of the market. I mine to make the parts that I need for
Oh,
the ship
okay,
I want to build,
okay,
and basically that's it. I have a small industry, and I build all the time that I play, basically.
okay. Can I go on top? Is there a way for me to get on top
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
can see the top of it? Did you go straight back or?
Yeah, it's up here, close to the cockpit.
Okay, I'm coming up to the cockpit. Oop. If I can. Yep, there we go.
There's
Okay,
still
so there's a hole
lot of
there.
work.
Okay. Oh, Super cool. Yeah, so it's a little carrier.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Oh man, that's well done. Well done.
Uh,
I'm a fan of your work.
nice to have some.
I'm
Uh,
sure you,
I,
I'm sure you'll
I
have a
got a
lot
couple.
more.
I hope I will. There are a lot of good builders in this game, and I always look at other people's ship, and they always look to me as better than mine.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, yours look
But
pretty good to me.
I guess that it's pretty normal to have that kind of bias, um, because I made this, so I'm especially critic of my work.
Hey, that's okay. I guess as an engineer, the work is never done. It could always be better.
Yeah. Uh,
But
yeah,
it looks great. I think you're doing a great job. And once again, thanks for the quick response and allowing me to purchase a ship off of you.
thank you for buying. I think that when this will be ready, I will put it in here somewhere to let people come and see it. I see that someone else is using our spaceport for this purpose. I didn't know that. I'm gonna put this out.
Oh, so
I
that
think
isn't your guys' stuff that they put there?
the spaceport here was where the expo was hosted.
Yeah.
It was hosted by our organization, Zenith Corporation. I didn't even know about this when I joined the org, and they told me like 2 or 3 days later we're making a aerospace expo. Oh, this is from BSI. The it's an ally of ours.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
This
some of these are pretty cool.
yeah, I like this one a lot. This is a Star Wars dropship.
Yeah. Yeah, that the Star Wars ship definitely looks cool. Does that one have some weapons on it? Or is it
Looks
just
like
for
it.
looks? Oh, yeah, it does.
There are some rocket launchers. This is just for looks, but those are rocket launchers, yeah, and some lasers too.
Yeah, no, this is cool. This is cool too. Yeah.
Yeah, this was here also at the expo, so I guess they're just updating the lineup of shift they have.
Yeah. I mean, I saw these last night when I came up to look at the ship.
I didn't. It was a while since I last came here, so I didn't see this.
It's well done. All these are.
Dude, I'm gonna get back to my base. I think I'm going to log off soon. It's been a long day.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks again, and I'll keep in touch and have a good night. It's probably bedtime over there, right?
Yeah, it's just midnight right now. 5 minutes to midnight. I'll be waiting for your review.
All right. I will give you a good one.
Well, let's try the ship first.
I will. I'm gonna use the crap out of it.
Nice. Good night, dude.
All right, night.